and welcome to another Sims 3 speed build. Today we are doing a collaboration with SimmerFlo, and I'll leave the link to their YouTube channel down in the description for you to check them out. They do some creative sim videos. There's some speed builds for Sims 3 as well, so go right ahead and check them out. Like I said, the link will be in the description below. So basically what we're doing here, I did the building portion of the house, and they're going to do the furnishing portion. So when they as soon as a video or download link or something is posted for the other one, I will have that in the description as well. So for right now, we just have this video, and I do have a download if you would like to download just this house with nothing in it, just as you see it. I will have that in the description as well. So this house is up for download unfurnished. Just remember, there's nothing in it. There's no rooms, there's no furniture, nothing. So you'll have to furnish it yourself if you download this version. So, but anyway, I had decided I had wanted to do a house this time that had like a garage that was attached to the basement. Excuse me, apologize for my voice today. But anyway, so I decided to go ahead and raise the ground a little bit, and as you can see, that's what I was doing there at the beginning, was just trying to get the correct height that I wanted, because I wanted it no taller than one wall, one story. So now just kind of going through and I guess you could kind of say fine-tuning the foundation in the landscaping area, just trying to smooth it out, make it look a little nicer. And then I had decided, you know, kind of where I wanted the front to be. I decided I wanted stairs right here in the front, so that's what we're going to be working on here. I do feel that having I don't know if you could really say, I don't think it's called a foundation, but the wall pieces that you get beside the stairs when you place it inside a house. I always like that. I think that looks so much nicer even on the outside if the stairs have that. They look more sturdy, I guess. Most of the time when you see stairs, they got something there anyway, so it just seems to make more sense that way. But anyway, all I'm doing here is just going through and deciding what areas were not going to be accessible to a sim and getting those colored. And of course, as you can see, we do have a portion of this house on a diagonal, and sometimes trying to get a diagonal roofing to match up with the rest of the roof can sometimes be a little tricky, but we do get it figured out. This is the second time I have tried building this house. This one of course turned out quite a bit different than the first try I did, and but it had the same concept of where it was at a diagonal, you know, and the garage area was on a diagonal and everything, and I could not get the roof to match up no matter what I tried, and I was not happy with the way it was looking. So that idea was completely scratched, completely deleted, and I came back I don't know, 1 or 2 days later and thought I'd try again. And this is the house we ended up coming up with, and you know, I'm very happy with the way it turned out. But you know, the roof, as always, did, you know, in some areas just didn't seem to wanna work quite right for me. But it came out. I had no idea really of what kind of design I was gonna do for this house. I just knew I wanted a diagonal piece, and it really didn't matter what the diagonal piece was gonna be. But I didn't really have any type of idea, you know, for what it was going to look like. So, but all I was doing right there was just kind of deleting all the little, I don't know, the little bits from the roof. I definitely suggest, even though you can't see those when the walls and the roof and everything is up, I do recommend doing that. Not always, but quite often, depending on the way the roof is set up. if you leave any of those little pieces from the roof on the inside wall, they can cast a shadow on the outside, on your outside siding or whatever you put on for the outside part of the house. It can cause a shadow, and sometimes you get that shadow, and sometimes it's very difficult to find exactly what it is creating the shadow, but majority of the time it is those little pieces that the roof puts in. So I definitely recommend deleting those whenever you can. As soon as you put that roof in, go ahead and delete them so you don't forget about them. I have forgotten about them before and got, most of the way done with the house and just thought, where in the world is a shadow coming from? And it ended up taking me a little while before I finally found it, but majority of the time is those little pieces from the roof that it puts in there. It's so aggravating that it does that, but it does do that. So like I said, I recommend getting rid of those as soon as you can. Of course, take your roof down and put it back up multiple times to make sure you don't delete one that's actually visible outside. So, and always remember, if you change the roof like I did right there, I took one off and those little pieces came back. As you can see, there's more again. And of course, when you add more roofing, of course it'll come back as well. So always keep in mind that whenever you do anything with the roof, they will come back. So, but here I had happened to notice that the roof had gone completely through and was sticking out on the other side. Excuse me. I don't know what's up with my voice today, but I did not like how it came out like that at all. And I wasn't 100% satisfied with the way this came out right there in that one little corner, but it was almost near perfect, so instead of fighting with it, I kind of just left it. It's very small, minute of the area that I wasn't happy with, but like I said, it was it was really close to being exact, so I just went ahead and left it. And as you can see, that piece of roof is no longer there, but the look of the roofing still looks the same as it did before. So as you can see, there is an area there that is all black. That's because at the time that I had done that, I was assuming that maybe I was just going to put a roof there, but then I decided that I wanted a balcony. So that's kind of how that ended up forming. But there's still a little bit more that is done to the siding, the brick, especially there in the front. Sometimes I put something down and just so I can see what it looks like, and then sometimes I realize I really didn't like it as much as I thought maybe I would, and I end up changing it. So some more of it there on the porch will get changed. Now as you can see, the siding I chose oh my goodness, excuse me. So you can see the siding that I did choose is a green, but in some lighting I noticed when I was taking final pictures, it kind of looks a little blue, but it is a green depending on the time of day. It's a really nice like hunter green, I guess, color. Now also the problem I was having, I'm creating this house in a Luna Island, and it does not need to be in a Luna Island to use it. It actually was built on a flat lot. I just raised some of the ground, so it should place just fine on any world that you choose. But there's a mountain in a Luna Island. As you can see, it's right behind this house. And my frame rate was fine whenever I was working with the front of the house. But as you can see how slow, I even had this sped up 7 times. And you can see how slow whenever I go around towards the back there where that mountain is. So you can see it's going super slow. Oh my gosh, was that driving me nuts how slow that was going. As soon as I would go towards the back where that mountain was, my frame it literally went all the way down to 1. When I was recording from Fraps, it gives you this little this number, I think it's the frame rates anyway, up in the corner of your screen. And normally it runs at about 8 or 9, and it runs super quick like you're seeing it do right now. But whenever I went towards the back where the mountain was, it dropped all the way down to 1, and sometimes it wouldn't move at all. I actually ended up deleting some of the video because I sat there just trying to get the screen to turn and it wouldn't turn. So I ended up just deleting portions of it. And I got so fed up with it, I ended up going ahead and taking the lot and just moving it somewhere else away from that mountain. I don't know what was causing the problem this time. I have built houses in this area before and not having a problem, but for some reason today, I don't know if it's because I had the added recorder going at the same time or exactly what it was, but it was really causing a lot of problems today. So we just went ahead and moved the lot completely. Right there was one of the cuts. I was getting very frustrated with it, and this is when I moved it to a different lot. That way we could work, you know, more smoothly and it wouldn't take quite so long. So, but here we're just kind of working on the back of the house. The windows were fighting with me. They did not want to rotate to you know, for the white part to show. So now I didn't recolor anything on the inside of this house, so if you don't like, you know, the window trimming on the inside, of course I didn't change any of that. I just did the outside part. So don't forget that the windows are not white. They're like a light brown or something like that. So, and as you can see right here, you know, you can see portions of the siding, depending on the lighting, does look kind of blue. I don't really know why it does that exactly. I know the lighting in this game isn't, you know, perfect, but you know, I was even kind of looking at it, even in blue, it still looked nice. I thought that would still look nice, but the color is actually green. So if you download this house and you put it somewhere and you notice how green it is, because it originally is green, and just for some reason in the lighting and when I went to take pictures, it didn't it came out blue for some reason. The lighting had it blue. And if you're wondering why I had to redo them stairs twice, that's because if the ground is not level around the staircase, a part of the wall will not get put in. And I didn't realize it wasn't 100% flat and level, and a section of it did not get put in. So that's why I had to go and redo it. So here we're just trying to pick out a wood. I kind of wanted to go with a lighter color. So I was mostly wanting it to match the brick is kind of what I was going with, but I didn't want white because I just felt white was just too, I don't know, too bright, too just out there. I don't know. I didn't really want to go with white. So I kind of went, I was hoping to go with kind of like a maybe a light beige color, like a light brown or something like that. Now areas of the basement are able to exit out to the ground, kind of like a walkout basement, so that, you know, there's a few areas that will have windows and a few areas that have a door as well. Now I didn't do a whole lot of landscaping since you know, landscaping really isn't my, you know, my area of builds. So I did some. I did, you know, I got quite a few trees sitting out, but when it comes to the plants and things around the house and gardens and stuff, I didn't do a whole lot since my portion was just building and not decorating. So I just did a little bit. I kind of put a few flower gardens just for like maybe an idea of where some could go. But I didn't fill them in with anything. So, but you'll see I'll do a few gardens outlined with rocks and stuff here in a little bit, I believe. I think it'll be. I wasn't too happy with the way the ground looked right there, so that's why I had to change it. I wanted it a little bit more smoother. It seemed too sharp. But right here's where I do a little bit of some rocks for the landscape, just for an idea. If you don't, you know, if you don't like the way that is, just go right ahead and delete them. But I just put it there, you know, if you know, for a little bit of an idea of what could be put there around that tree. And of course, and here I put just a small little garden again, just for an idea of what you could do. So I do a little bit of terrain painting, and you know, just adding a few more trees, just, you know, to give it, you know, make it look like this house has been here a while, and it is, you know, maybe a little bit of an older house because the trees are more established. So that's kind of what I was going with. And then I decided that I wanted the fences all to be white. I thought that looked much better than trying to do, it was kind of going slow again for me right there. You notice it was going really, really slow. I was trying to spin it around and it was just, every now and then it does that. So, but we're just adding some pillars. That way, you know, of course, you need support for all that roof that's hanging over. So, I like setting them up against the wall like that. I don't know. I think it looks so much nicer than just being attached to the wall. So, but just going through, just double checking, I had realized not everywhere had a door to exit out to the deck. So we wanted to make sure that there was doors added. Of course, I don't know what the floor plan is going to look like, so these doors may be moved to fit the floor plan. So I just kind of put them somewhere where I thought maybe they could go. Just kind of give you a little bit of an idea where they could go. And you know, I don't build based on where rooms are going to go. I just kind of start building and see where it goes. I think that seems to work best for me. And what I'm doing right here is I felt there should be a little bit of kind of like a dirt area around the rocks. So that's why I had done that. Of course, you would have mulch inside the rocks. So that's why I had to go back over, because when you do that, doing the terrain painting and stuff, it kind of covered it. So I had to redo some of it afterwards. But just going around, just trying to make it. And that's when right here is where I noticed that that was not a very good hill area. It really dipped down to the foundation and it looked horrible. So, but as you can see, I go through, I'm checking everything, try to make sure everything is smoothed out and, you know, all ready to go. So, of course, if for any reason you do find an area that maybe I missed for, you know, smoothing it out, flattening the, you know, making sure it's level, just put on, you know, just hit Control Shift and C to bring up the cheat bar, type in Control Strain Elevation, and have that all one word, and then type in space false. And then you can go ahead and flatten that out. Make sure you take that cheat off, of course, by, you know, taking it back to true. And then you can fix anything that I may have missed. But here's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful day.